Supreme Court gives July date for judgment on Osun governorship election. Sign of the times, appointed to enhance executive-legislature relationship as Speaker calls on Vice President. And on special assignment, correspondent examines the ban on importation of palm oil and implication for local production. Welcome to Panorama from the Lagos Network Center. I am Hingino John Adams. Stay tuned. Thanks for being there. The Supreme Court has fixed the 5th of July 2019 to deliver judgment on the Osun State governorship election. This is sequel to the closing of arguments by counsels to both Ademola Adeleke of the PDP appellant and Governor Gboyega Oyetola of APC. Olabode Arewa completes the report.
The acting Chief Justice of Nigeria, Tako Muhammad, led other six-man panel of justices in hearing the appeal filed by the PDP candidate Ademola Adeleke against the victory of Governor Gboyega Oyetola in the election. 4 separate appeals were filed by the appellant to challenge the verdict of the Court of Appeal, which reaffirmed the victory of Gboyega Oyetola as the duly elected governor of the state. However, the Apex Court ruled that the appellant should consolidate 3 of the 4 cases pending before it. In the principal matter, Onyechi Piazu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, counsel to Ademola Adeleke, pleaded with the court to restore Adeleke's victory, saying the inconclusive election of the 22nd of September 2018 showed that Adeleke won at least 50% of the lawful votes cast in at least 2/3 of the state, adding that INEC had to have relied on its guidelines instead of the provisions of Section 178, subsection 4 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Counsel to Oyetola, Wale Olanipeku, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and that of INEC, Yusuf Ali, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, pointed the attention of the court to alleged inconsistencies in Adeleke's claims, saying the 1999 Constitution as amended was clear on the requirements for declaring a winner in the governorship election, a requirement not met by Adeleke. They urged the Supreme Court to dismiss the suits for lacking in merit.
There's a defect. We had argued that there's a defect in the notice of appeal, in the sense that they refer to themselves as respondents instead of appellants. And if the court agrees with us, it means that's a fundamental defect.
They raise objection that we wrongly inserted the name of respondent as opposed to the appellants, and we have corrected that error. That is just a mere mistake. That does not change the position of the counsel who appeared in respect of this matter, and that we maintain consistency.
The Court of Appeal had earlier declared Oyetola as the winner of the election, thereby overturning the tribunal judgment which gave Adeleke victory at the election. Both verdicts were split judgments. In Abuja, Olabode Arewa, NTA News.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, has visited the Vice President to discuss issues of national importance. Speaking to newsmen at the Presidential Villa in Abuja, the Speaker said the House will build on the achievements of the 8th Assembly to enhance good governance and reforms that will benefit the people.
How to move forward, charting a roadmap about how to confront the problems that face Nigeria today, and those are the issues we discussed. It wasn't a personal visit, well, you can call it a hybrid between personal and official, but mostly official, addressing the issues of the problem, how the executive and the legislature can collaborate to make life better for Nigeria and Nigerians.
State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports that the Speaker appealed for the cooperation of all Nigerians for the National Assembly to successfully carry out its assignment. The House of Representatives says it is intensifying efforts to ensure that the legislative activities of the 9th National Assembly begins in earnest. Consequently, Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila has inaugurated 3 ad hoc committees to ensure legislative duties. Lami Ali has the details.
The ad hoc committees inaugurated are the Media, Welfare and Selection Committee, which according to the Speaker, Femi Gbajabiamila, are tasked with coordinating activities and managing affairs of the House of Representatives pending the setting up of standing committees. The committees are also to ensure that the entire 360 members of the House of Representatives are carried along in the task of lawmaking for good governance.
Take it very seriously. We will work with you, myself and the Deputy Speaker, in terms of allocation, in terms of you have a free hand to do whatever you want to do, but we will guide as well in terms of how it's done traditionally. You take those two principal responsibilities very, very, very serious. And that by the 2nd of July, members will have their seats. We need to close this responsibility, this task, at least 2-3 days before resumption, because we'll go around to inspect what you have done and to make sure that it's been done properly.
Membership of the Selection and Welfare Committee consists one representative each from the 36 states of the Federation. The Speaker urged members of the three committees to discharge the assignments with due diligence in view of the limited time. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Youth Corps members who performed excellently during the 2019 general elections as ad hoc staff across the country will be given automatic employment by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Olayinka Ojo reports that the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, made this known in Abuja.
When Ibre Oje, a graduate of Educational Administration and Planning from the University of Calabar, gave her best during the 2019 general election serving in Kebbi State, little did she know that her commitment, dedication, and high sense of patriotism will be rewarded in the future. That future was not long. Just 3 months after, she joined 74 other Youth Corps members rewarded by the European Union for doing well during the polls.
You need to see us on waters as if we wanted to capsize. In fact, there was no time for us to even take pictures, for us to show Nigerians that we took risks.
The EU gave out a set of laptops and phones, each to the likes of OJ, for commitments and contributions towards ensuring free, fair, and credible polls.
Nobody deserves it more than you do. I've seen the hardship that some of you have to endure. You are really, truly amazing ambassadors. The journey has just begun.
INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu acknowledged the immense contribution of Youth Corps members to the conduct of elections in Nigeria.
There are many of you not in this hall who did very well in the elections. We'll identify you and will reward those who have done excellently in the elections with automatic employment in INEC.
Our collaboration with INEC has gone to showcase that without the NYC, things at times will not work.
Olayinka Ojo, NTA News.
The First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, has emphasized the need for women to continue to be role models in various fields of endeavor. This, she says, will inspire the younger generations to contribute meaningfully to national development. Mrs. Buhari stated this at a dinner in honor of members of the Guards Brigade female military and police officers who participated at the parade during the maiden edition of June 12 Democracy Day celebration. State House correspondent Aliu Kabir reports.
These are the smiley faces of the gallant female military and police officers who entertained both domestic and international guests with what many refer to as brilliant performance during the maiden edition of June 12 Democracy Day Parade at Eagle Square, Abuja. The discipline, passion, and the high sense of professionalism they displayed at the event is what attracted the First Lady of Nigeria to have resolved to honor them this evening with optimism of gingering them to do more in their service to the nation.
It is with all sense of pride and happiness I watched your recent display of high sense of commitment, patriotism, professionalism, and dedication through your performance. On those landmark occasions, the accuracy, discipline, and focus with which you all carried at your assigned tasks is worthy of commendation.
Mrs. Buhari is particularly delighted with their courage and confidence, as some of them are wives and mothers, yet they have broken the gender barriers to excel in what is generally believed to be a man's world.
Let me say you have won the hearts of Nigerians, including mine. You have also endeared many young ladies and even men to join military service and contribute in the protection of our dear nation, Nigeria.
The underlying messages in their performance indicate that women are also capable and can do well when given responsibilities.
While expressing appreciation for this recognition, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, alongside Commander Gas Brigade, Brigadier General Umar Thama Musa, described the development as unprecedented, adding that the responsibility they have exhibited is indelible in the minds of Nigerians.
It is therefore right to say that all citizens that have had the opportunity of participating in the series of events have registered their indelible services in the history books of our nation.
This event is very significant as it will boost the morale of our female soldiers.
You have, through this gesture and your innovative leadership style, inspired us to dream more.
The young female officers of Guard Brigade are the combination of the military formation comprising Nigerian Army, the Navy, Air Force, and the Nigerian Police. The State House, Aliu Kabir, NTA News.
The establishment of Operation Puff Adder has continued to make impact as a total of 424 kidnappers have been arrested between May and June this year. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, disclosed this during a meeting with senior officers of the force during their reports.
This conference of the Inspector General of Police and senior officers is the first after the May 29 presidential inauguration and June 12 Democracy Day celebrations, which set the stage for the next level agenda. It then behoves on these officers who are in charge of internal security across the states of the Federation to review their strategies. First to be mentioned was the success of the two national events held across the country.
It was also the result of the sacrifice, courage, zeal, and exceptional dedication of police commanders and other ranks.
Activities of bandits, armed robbers, kidnappers, and other criminals that have caused the loss of lives and property took the center stage, all of which are strategically being degraded by Operation Puff Adder.
A total of 10,860 ammunition of various descriptions and caliber were recovered, while a total of 301 firearms, including the rocket launcher, AK-47 rifles, pistols, and locally made guns, were similarly recovered from criminal elements across the country, with the highest number of 80 from Katsina State.
The Nigerian Police Force pledged to intensify operational strategies to beef up internal security in the country. In Abuja, doing DIA NT News.
The Taraba state government has imposed curfew on Jalingo and some affected communities with immediate effect. This followed a fresh outbreak of violence in some communities in Kona and ATC areas near Jalingo. The senior assistant to the governor on media and publicity, Balatan Abu, in a statement indicate that the curfew is from 4 in the evening to 6 in the morning. He said security agencies have been directed to ensure strict compliance with the order. You're still on to Panorama from the Lagos Network Center. More reports after the break. Please stay tuned.
Hear the call of change. Stand up, Nigeria. Change is here and it's going to stay. change begins with you. Oh yeah, make we go. But it's also let the change begin from within. Look at you, yeah, oh Gerula. Change begins with you and me. Oh, change begins with me. Oh, change begins with me. Oh, change begins with me.
Thanks for being there. The directive by President Muhammadu Buhari to the Central Bank of Nigeria to blacklist companies and the banks involved in smuggling or dumping any of the 43 non-eligible items for exchange has been applauded by some palm oil dealers and sellers in Lagos. Nenratina Musa, who went round some markets, reports that palm oil, a major product produced in Nigeria, is one of such 42 non-eligible items which foreign exchange cannot be issued.
Statistics on palm oil exportation in Nigeria indicates that Nigeria is the fourth largest producer of palm oil in the world, accounting for 3% of global production. Data obtained from the Malaysian Palm Oil Council, MPOC, indicates that Nigeria's import of the product from top producers as at 2018 stood at 242,388 metric tons. According to the Nigerian Institute for Oil Palm Research, NIFOR, estimates for upstream palm oil production stands at 0.98 million metric tons as at 2018, while statistics on domestic consumption of palm oil in Nigeria as at the year 2017-2018 indicates a consumption rate of about 1.29 million metric tons. With an estimated population of over 200 million people and a high demand for palm oil, which is primarily driven by household consumption, the ban by President Muhammadu Buhari on the importation of palm oil and other 42 non-eligible items for exchange in the country is said to be a welcome development by stakeholders. Ezinne Okereke is a palm oil seller at the Auto Market who has been in the business for the past 32 years. She applauds the directive by Mr. President as she explained that it will help boost local productivity.
I want government to come and help us. Stop all those illegal oil that are coming inside Nigeria to promote our products and know that we are the best for the whole world.
Fabian Anyanwu and Anselm Duru are palm oil dealers and sellers who have been in the palm oil business for decades now. They told NTA News that adopting the directive by Mr. President will help place Nigeria in her rightful place of pride.
In a month, we supply outside the country, like South Africa, almost 500 drums. So we need the help to be helping us so that we're going to bring it more quantity and supply.
In a week before, we get more than 1,000 drums of 250 liters. But this time around, it's not up to like that. The moment they do it in that way, we stand to gain it. We stand to make gain because our production is going out and then we're making it.
If the price is going to be sustainable, everybody will appreciate it, will buy. And government will look into it to assist the local and the small-scale industry so that they can come up with sustain. This palm kernel will go around. Everybody will be able to go to farm and see if they are buying it a reasonable price. Everybody will farm it.
Some palm oil buyers describe Nigerian palm oil as the best oil in terms of quality, but are worried if the local production will meet up with the high demand. In Lagos, Nenratina Musa, NTA News.
Nigerian farmers have been enjoined to take advantage of the services provided by the National Farmers Helpline Center. The advice was given at a desensitization workshop for farmers and other stakeholders organized by the National Agricultural Extension Research Liaison Services in Lagos. Tunde Saiki has details.
The National Farmers Helpline is an electronic extension service to farmers using the information communication technology to deliver services in whatever areas farmers need intervention. The Helpline Center is a fallout of the inefficiency of the extension service agents that several farmers cannot get any assistance from.
This time in the country, we have the ratio of extension agents to farmers for now is too high. That is, you have one extension agent to servicing up to 3,000, 4,000, even higher than that in many states. Meanwhile, the recommended rate should be an extension agent to about 400 farmers.
This information is very critical in helping you to decide what you do on your productivity, whether you are in livestock or crop production. So this information is what we provide to end users, so they can key in patronizing our center and getting the information they want.
Some of the beneficiaries at the workshop described the National Farmers Helpline Initiative as a welcome development, adding that it will go a long way to change the narrative of poor yields and other challenges that impede output.
Farmers will have opportunity to access the government via the helpline that the ministry is creating for them.
This will really enhance my production and will make me to produce more, and not only that, also employ more.
The National Farmers Helpline has its headquarters at the National Agricultural Extension and Research Licensing Services of the Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, with other 6 regional offices in the country. In Lagos, Tunde Saiki, NTA News.
Now sports. Football fans across Nigeria are in for a good treat as the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, and Hotspot Media have perfected arrangements to bring live actions of the 2019 AFCON matches to their viewing pleasure. Olumide Eguntola has the details.
A visit to the Ikeja office of Hotspot Media indicates that all logistics as regards the live telecast of the 2019 Cup of Nations on NTA are almost at the topmost stage. These studios are in good shape, while a specialized ultra-modern dedicated studio for the event is under construction. Hotspot Media promised soccer-loving Nigerians a unique experience.
Number one in terms of reach in Nigeria, clean, clear signals, NTA. You speak about the number one name in sports media marketing in Nigeria, Hotspots. So both are combining their competencies. So what can come up of that? What can come of that is fantastic production.
So are we ready? Oh yes, we will be ready. And even if there was an issue or something, we will just work through the night.
On the part of NTA, the largest television network in Africa, putting smiles on the faces of their teaming viewers remain the organization's watchword.
Nigerians have not had this kind of show for a very long time. And this time around, we want to assuage the feelings that Nigerians have missed out in the past. We are just starting, but I can assure you the objective is to give Nigerians the best.
NTA Sport and its media partner, Hotspot Media, promised stakeholders other side attractions, behind-the-scene events, camp situation, and seasoned comedians as part of panel of analysts as NTA brings live actions of all matches of the Egypt 2019 Nations Cup.
Hanging a balance after Monday night loss to their French counterparts, Gift George has an update.
The Super Falcons of Nigeria on Monday night lost narrowly to their French counterparts by a lone goal in their last Group A match at the FIFA Women's World Cup. With 3 points from 3 matches and a 2-goal deficit, the Falcons still have a slim chance of qualifying for the round of 16 as one of the 4 third-best losers if results from other matches go in their favor on the last day of group matches. The 2019 Next Generation Tennis Championship has ended in Lagos with high hopes that the champions will win the National Senior Championship as teenagers. Mohamed Musa beat Imawe Jebitu 6-2, 4-6, 10-6 to match the new champion in the male category, while Omolayo Bamidele triumphed over Favor Moses 6-love, 6-4 to win in the female category.
We can't wait to have them upstage these players who have won for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Ahead of the 2019 Lagos Women Run, slated for the 9th of November 2019, organizers of the Women Run have inducted about 75 ladies as volunteer workers for the marathon, which is in its 4th edition. The participants were educated on the values of respect, team spirit, loyalty, and unity, which represents the ethics in sports.
With sport, they can have a self-esteem.
with sport, they can have a better health.
The Nigerian Army 81 Division Garrison has concluded its interformation sports competition with emphasis on regular sports activities as a veritable tool towards achieving professionalism in the discharge of its constitutional duties. At the end of the one-week event, 81 Division Garrison emerged the best overall with 4 gold and 2 silver medals.
One of the means of making sure our soldiers are very, very professional in the discharge of their duties.
The Nigerian Association of Physical Health, Education, Sports and Dance, NAFA-SD, observed that the only way Nigeria can obtain global standard in sports development is when professionalism institutionalized in the training of athletes at the basic and secondary schools. This formed the discourse at the inauguration of members of Delta State Sports Commission chapter.
Since we say catch them young, we have to lay the foundation rightly from the primary to secondary school.
Austin Edemodu reports that members of the association also paid a courtesy visit on the secretary to the state government of Delta State. With Sports Update, Gift George, NTA News.
That's our package on Panorama from the Lagos Network Center. Thanks for watching.